Welcome to the Rimworld, the far future of humanity across the stars. On this distant planet in the infinite starfield is where our story takes place. It's an unremarkable Rimworld, distant, lawless, and inhabited by humans for longer than any can remember. Humanity is here in a myriad of xenoforms, trying to survive. Neolithic tribals and high-tech spacers alike survive in this Rimworld. Some people even evolve to an almost animalistic state, the Wild Men, and have divested themselves of all forms of technology and modernity. Something has drawn them to this valley, something dark, and these Wild Men decide to make this place their home, and begin the slow crawl back to civilization. These dark disciples of the void must now claw their way from animal technology all the way to spacer technology to achieve their destiny as servants of the void. Alright, so welcome back to Dapper Dog Plays. We're here in Rimworld. We are going to be starting a new series. It's going to be based around two major mods, which are going to be Tribals and Vanilla Expanded Lycanthrope. So basically you're trying to go from Wild Men, and they're going to be Lycanthropes, so they're werewolves, and it's going to be a cool time. So let's talk about who we've got here. We've got ourselves Oyster, who's the de facto leader of these Wild Men. She's kind of the one that's had the dark visions. She's the one that's going to lead them to the promised land. Next in line we got Raccoon. Raccoon's a hunter. He's a fighter guy. He's our pink werewolf. I don't know why, but he generated with pink hair, and it made it pink, but I liked it. And then finally, the last of them is Porpoise. Porpoise is a warrior. He's a big man to man. Big man to man. And of course, they're all werewolves. So one of the big things with Tribals is that a lot of technologies are barred to us. We can't really do much of anything. We can make these rocks, though. We can make some stone rocks.
Subscribe, please.
So like I was saying, a lot of technologies are barred to us. We have very simple technology that we can even use. We're not supposed to be able to tend, but the mod is, it can break very easily. So we can tend, I will admit that we can't mine, we can't farm, we can't even hunt, we can't butcher, we can't do any of the basic things that we can't build anything practically. We can make fire, and we can make some stones, and we can fight, and if we get hurt, we die. That's one of the reasons I made them lycanthropes. I've tried this before with just normal humans. It's extremely hard. So what we're going to do here is we are doing a tribal gathering. So the tribal gathering is the way we get technology. We have to gather together as a group, we sit by the fire, we grunt, and we start learning how to get technology up. The more people you have, the better it goes, because it's all combining their intellect into one. So you want to get more people. But right now, it's just three of us. And we had an ineffective tribal gathering. But, we're trying. We're trying. So basically what we're trying to do is that's how we're going to get our technology up. We can't research. We can do no research. The only way we ever get any research is by doing tribal gatherings. And, sometimes some humans try to sneak in and take our stuff. So we have to beat them down. And that's what happened to this poor, sad Neanderthal. Squid, we could have recruited you, and I don't think I can recruit you, actually. So we can't really recruit. And you can see here we can tend. We're not supposed to be able to tend, but we can. So eventually we decide that, Squid, we'll do something with you later. But first we gotta take care of this panther in our place. As you see, we've changed into our wolf forms, which makes us much stronger. They're faster, stronger, which makes it nice. They heal much faster, which is helpful for this, because we can't really tend. Like, we can only, even though we can tend, we can't use any medicine. We can't really do anything. We can chop down trees. That's about it, and make fire. So it's gonna help with that regard. We beat this poor panther up, but we can't butcher it, so they're gonna have to eat everything pretty much raw. They're gonna have to pick berries, eat that raw, and finding meat, eat that raw. But they can meditate. So we found and they all have a natural background, so we're around the anima tree here, and we are meditating, getting back to nature. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Even if Squid's gonna be alright, maybe. Probably not. I think he's probably got infections, but who cares? This is one of my favorite parts of Tribals, actually, is that we can do cave paintings, and the cave paintings are pretty cool because they're a form of recreation, but they're also art, and their value and their beauty actually goes up the higher your tech level gets. So right now we're in the animal. We're actually below tribal. We're at the animal stage, apparently. And so we're going to be painting a bunch of these throughout it. And this might be a mistake because I paint so many of these all over the colony that I'm sure the colony, it's like the most beautiful colony in the freaking universe just because of how many we end up painting pretty much everywhere. Squid's going to try to leave, but I think he doesn't get ready for... yeah, there he is. Oh, Squid. Oh, Squid. So, we're gonna take your skull, Squid. It's nothing personal. We might even eat you. We're not cannibals, but we might eat Squid a little bit. There's our first floor painting, done by Raccoon. Ghost face innards. Oh man, it's about Orange Porpoise, who is... Look at that. That's a beautiful piece. Look at that. Surrounded by all those animals. Porpoise, you look good. You're looking good, Porpoise. So like I said, the only way we can get technology is through these tribal gatherings, which is what we're doing here. We're going to sit here. We are going to gather our knowledge, the great knowledge of the universe, grunting at each other. You know, we don't even have any clothes yet. We barely understand words. It's rough out there for us. But one of the nice things that can happen is if it's a good tribal gathering, a wild man joins. And this is how we get Viper. Viper is a baseliner. He is not a lycanthrope. He's not one of us. But he's a wild man. He don't understand much either, but he's going to come. And he's got a similar... Him and Raccoon must have the same... they must have the same designer. They must have the same hairstylist. There's another painting. Shot without thought. Oh man, look at that. That's beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? Now we did have some insectoids on here, some insects we're gonna beat up. I was gonna bring in Viper, but I was like, wait a second, Viper, you don't have a weapon right now. You're just a baseliner. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're gonna get wrecked. And so the trio, they're gonna bash up these insects. Good. Get them. Get them. Fight them hard. One nice thing is that we're good at melee, and they have a wolf thing that they can howl. I think I use for all of them, so that increases their dodge and their hit chance. And yeah, they're getting hurt. The Oyster's getting pretty beat up here. But thankfully, we're able to stun and bash these things with our rocks. Porpoise has a stake, which is apparently good against sangophages, even though we don't have any yet. Ooh, that is foreshadowing for probably a long way off. But anyway, we don't have any sangophages. We're not against them, we just don't have any here. And yeah, beat up this last insect, dude. Just get it going. Oh yeah, sweet. Now we get the sweet insect jelly. We'll eat good tonight, boys and girls. We'll feast. See, like I said, the tribal mod is supposed to disable tending, but it didn't. I'm pretty sure. Now, that's one thing about the tribal mod is that it does disable a lot of stuff, but there's lots that can easily break it. There's a lot of technologies that aren't really classified well, so you can access stuff you shouldn't have. So I just like, screw it. If I can tend, I'm just gonna go ahead and tend, because it's probably like it's a super hard start. You can't do anything. Like if you get hit, and it's not a cut, that character's pretty much dead, because you have like no way to like do anything. So I was fine with it. I was like, you know what? This is hard enough already. Like I said, we can't do anything. All we can do is forage, kill animals, and then eat their corpses. And we can't butcher. We can't do anything. It's kind of ridiculous. So we're going to call ourselves the Blood Moon Tribe, and we're going to name this place, I believe, Purple Creek. I thought it was just a nice little name. Oh, and you're not supposed to get raids either, apparently. Or it's supposed to reduce them. But as you can see, we got this Oyster trying to, with his killer mullet, trying to come in. So get him! Get him, Porpoise! Lead the charge! I think Oyster had I think she's got food poisoning, so she's moving real slow. She's moving real slow. Not the best. But it's okay. It's okay. We took out the good old Oyster, and we're going to eat him. We're not cannibals, but I'm just saying we can't do anything, so we don't want to let it go to waste. It'll be our little secret. It's not really cannibalism, because, you know, it's a gray area. And again, we're doing another tribal gathering to try and get some more knowledge in us. Trying to learn stuff. As you can see, we've done more and more floor paintings. And we've discovered agriculture. This is one of our first big leaps in technology. We learned how to plant. And of course, as with all Rimworld runs, your first plant, especially if you're not an undergrounder, is going to be rice. So we're making a big old rice field right now. We're getting it ready. They're tilling the soil. You know, they learned technology. They learned a lot. So we're going to plant some rice out here. Look at that. Oh, man, look at that rice. Delicious rice that we can't cook yet. No, we can cook it. We can cook. I take that back. We can cook. So now we have delicious rice. We can't butcher, but we can make some delicious rice. Oh man, it's beautiful. We're in a jungle, which also sucks, so that's going to be a lot of disease. But for right now, it's fine. I'm just happy that we can do something. This probably took like 2 hours before we could get to agriculture, so it was a while. But of course, as with all Rimworld ones, even though we're wild men living out in the middle of nowhere, Praetor Tedetho is being hunted by some rabid creature. And he somehow contacted us, and he wants us to help him defeat it. And as you can see, we've defeated a cougar or jaguar up there, so we're tough. Get him! Get that rat! That rat could kill Tedethio! Oh gosh, we saved him. Oh, Tedethio. I'm so glad we destroyed that rat for you. Do you want to make me an honorary member of the Empire? You want to get in that shuttle and make me an honorary member of the Empire? That'd be great, Tedethio. Get out of here. Alright, nice. And I guess we can, why not? Why not? Why not be a member of the Empire? I mean, I'm sure they'd like us wild men living in a cave while we are eating, jaguars raw. We're being Oyster as our chosen, so she's getting imbued with the rank and the psychic powers of a human. Oh, get it, Oyster? Or is it human or Freelander? It's something. Yeah, she's a human now. Oh, that's beautiful. So she can get some power. So I made our protector. We have Psycast expanded as well, which is really great. I picked the protector because mainly we can now, if we get something that's going to give us infections, she can hyper up our what's it called? Immunity. I'm keeping that in because that's beautiful. Ooh, Oyster's muscles. Oh, look at this. Another work. It's beautiful. It's when Oyster killed that rat. Oh, so good. Now this monolith has appeared near our home. I don't know how it got there, but there it is. It's what's drawn us to this valley. This monolith, probably dedicated to some dark archotech god. Who knows? I'm not gonna knock it, but before we can do anything with it, we got the cancer company coming. Oh my gosh, this woman right here was a jerk. Kapank, you are gonna get kapanked in the face. And there she is. As you can see, we're also suffering from heat stroke because we have no clothes and it's like a jillion degrees in the jungle. So why not build more fires? Because that's a thing. So we also have access to this giant fire we can use. It's supposed to help with some of the things, making us draw more people to us. We don't use it too often because it sends sparks out and it can light stuff on fire. But you don't actually have to light it to do the tribal gathering, so that's cool. But while that's happening, we're gonna go out and we're gonna make some trails here, get some road trails around our look at that rice crop coming. Oh man. And we're cooking. We got a little bit of clothing that we've stolen from people because I don't think we can make clothing yet. We don't know how. But look at us. We're advancing. We're moving up the chain. It's beautiful. It's the most wonderful thing. Even though we're getting food poisoning all the time, but it's what you got. Now, one nice thing with the werewolves that they can eat. I think they can eat raw meat, but I don't have to do that because I'm dumb and I can't butcher. So I don't think you can butcher until you discover hunting. So right now we're just eating rice on rice and supplementing it with any wild animals we kill and eating their corpses. Ooh, we have some new lovers after a very good gathering. Viper and Oyster now want to sleep together. So I assign them a bed. Get in there. Get in there, you two lovebirds. Oh, look at them. Look at them. He showed up. He swooped in. He made the move. He's a Chad. Or Tyrone. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. So right here, she went ahead and gave him the Xenogerm. So she just made him into a werewolf. You can only do that if they're in their human shape. When they're in their wolf shape, they can't talk and they can't. They have a lot of advanced abilities, but they can't talk and they can't give that ability unless they're in a human shape. So there you go. We'll rescue this person. They're not that important, but we'll rescue them. I don't think they survive though. I mean, literally being rescued people that barely understand what dirt is. So you're probably better off dead. But that's okay, because we picked up Eagle. Eagle wasn't even from a event. He wasn't from the tribal gathering. He just saw, he was like, hey, there's people living in a cave. I want to live with those guys in the cave. And he decided to come live with us. And we were like, well, your name is Hardaboosh. We don't like that. So you're now Eagle. We're changing your name. Your name is Eagle. Accept it. It is done. But, you know, welcome, Eagle. Welcome to the tribe. Live by our code. Our code is stand by fire, grunt, and eat corpses. I'm sure you'll get right along well. Yeah, you might know how to butcher, but we don't, so you no longer will butcher. But we can now mine, as you can see, so we can now, look at that! We're making caves! We're making caves inside the cave! This is ridiculous. This is the craziest technology we ever had. Oh man. So of course we had to strip him down. He's gonna, oh, we can make clothing now too, I think. So he's making himself a good loincloth. Yeah, get in there. Get in there. Oh my gosh, Eagle, you were a good pickup. Everyone was still naked for the most part. Because, you know, because it is what it is. So, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We have some corn planted. We're meditating at the tree. We're gonna link with it. Oh man. No, not you, Eagle. You haven't earned it yet. Get out of here. Also, I think Eagle was dying of malaria at this point, so that also was the reason why he didn't come. I would have put it in there, but it was like, sorry, Eagle. And I wanted to try to use the immunization, but I don't think she didn't have psi focus yet. She hadn't gotten enough psi focus. A lot of it because she kept getting sick, and she was also pregnant at this point. So poor Eagle is now dying in a cave with a bunch of cavemen who don't understand anything. And that's the life for Eagle. We'll tend to him. We'll make his life easy in his final days. But I'm sorry, Eagle. There's only so much we could do. If we don't have the tech, we don't even know what technology is. I'm surprised if they even could say the word technology. We put everything on the ground. Food, clothing, everything. And there he is. The death of Eagle. He was the best of us. And now he is the deadest of us. So, since we've had someone die, I decided, you know what, why not antagonize the Monolith and see what's going on with it. It's drawn us here. Its power has beckoned us to this place. Let us see what it will show us. And we have opened the door. The door is open. It cannot be shut. And of course, that's when the creatures of the void start to attack us. Like this Sight Stealer that decides to sneak up on good old Viper. I see you. You're not slick. We see you. We see you, Sight Stealer. Get him, Viper. Get him. Yeah. Smash him with the rock. Rock always wins. Rock beats paper. Well, it doesn't beat paper, but in this case, it beats everything. Yes. And that Sight Stealer is dead. And we could put it away, but we can't, because we don't know how to do that. But here's a new person. We picked up this old lady. She's old. She's like, I think she was like 81. Her name was Gray, but we will call her Chimpanzee in time. We will call her that. She was, and we caught another person. Look at the people that crash landed in the shuttle. Oh man, rescue them. Bring them back to us. Show them the way of the dirt. Shove them back here in the cave. We'll nurse them back to health. I'm sure they'll be fine. Yeah, we cleaned that. We spit on the ground. It's clean now. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Esme. That's a weird name, Esme. But you know what? I like you. So we're gonna We're gonna do what we didn't do for Eagle. We're gonna give you the immuno booster right there. Oh, Esme, you made it. You didn't die. And that's great. That's really what's important, is that you didn't die. So, yeah. I like that part. So, Ray is a good character, but she's old. So she's got like cataracts, bad back. She can't move very fast. But she's actually really good at intellectual and pretty decent at mining. She's good in a lot of different areas. She's just old. But it's fine. We'll find a use for her. For right now, she's just helping us mine out stuff, which is all we need. Esme's in there doing it. Esme's from other society. But, you know, we're going to make use of her. We are going to make use of her for now. She's decided to stay with us. Yue was like, nah, I'm not living with these people in a cave. I'm like, come on, Yue. Look, we're cool. Yeah, we turn to wolves at night, but we're fine. We eat corpses. It's okay. We've moved beyond that because we can hunt now. So we butcher the corpses now. And we almost never eat people. But Lavego is not a good name. We're not going to go with that. We're going to call you Ant. And Ant is staggeringly ugly, but she's a good person. Underneath all that ugliness, she's a good person. And, oh, Orange has made a masterwork. And it's of Porpoise getting heat stroke, standing by some buffalo. It's beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, this is a good one. This is for Eagle. Look at that. Eagle. You're not forgotten, Eagle. We still remember you. You'll be forever on our floor. Forever. Forever. But look at that. We can make stuff now. We've moved up the ladder. We can now make things so we can cook at a cooking station instead of on a fire like a animal. Oh, animals don't cook, they don't use fire. But anyway, we've actually improved. So that's always nice. We can make doors. We can make walls now. We have construction. I don't think you understand how big of a leap that is technology-wise, because holy crap, up to this point, it's been rough. I can't make any shells, so I can beautify this place up. And, oh, also, Oyster is about ready to pop. She is in her third trimester, if not close to it. So we got to make sure that she is doing nice and well. But, you know, look at her. She's glowing. She's absolutely glowing, Oyster. You're doing well. Thanks, Oyster. I love the way you're glowing. It's good. Her and Viper are so happy. So that's what we got. We got to get prepared. We got to get ready for the birth of another member of the tribe. We got to clean this place up. We got to clean up. See, we got the baby prep coming. We got to get a room ready for her. We got to, you know, I mean, we can't make beds. I don't think. Or we make very simple beds. But, you know, whatever. Oh, we got this quest from a pirate chef on the run. And, yeah. That's how we got Sky. He is a genie. He's smart. He's greedy. He's a bad shot. He's wimp. Delicate. You know, bisexual. He's a man's not man. He's a pirate kid. Now he's a pirate chef. And these two are coming after him. These two here. This pigman is hopped up on go juice, and they just would not go down. Like we have our throwing sticks. We've got these pointy sticks we can throw, and luckily we had this visitor who had an axe and was just going to town on this pigman. Like, look at that. This dude is like tanking. I thought for real that he would just not die. This pigman was just not gonna go down. Luckily, he was only armed with like a bottle, so he couldn't really do a lot of damage. And it just took forever to take him down. But holy crap! What a strong dude. Then of course you had some wildmen attack. I don't know why they would attack us. Just because they're wild, they don't understand. And I don't know why, but I had Oyster on the front lines, even though she's like about to be due any time now. But luckily, we were also in our werewolf form, so we were doing fine. They weren't going to do anything. Basically, we captured some, and we put them in our very sanitary, you know, hole. Put them in there. I'm sure we've dusted the rocks, so they're, you know, it's clean. Don't worry, you won't die immediately. And I had to have Sky put down that herbal medicine for prisoners. Come on, we barely have enough for ourselves. We're not that rich yet. Oh, here it is, the childbirth. Oh my gosh. Look at that. This is the cleanest place in the cave. Right here on this dirt floor. Next to a metal bench. Actually, I think it's a ancient bed, but you know, whatever. It's the cleanest place in the cave. It's so beautiful, so sanitary. I'm sure Viper's just like, yes. Let's just go inside the mind of a Viper. You can do it, baby. You can do it. But now he can't talk because he's a wolf. Like, but you know, he's hyping her up. He's keeping her hyped. Keeping her hyped while she's doing her best. And obviously I can't zoom in because I'm a terrible. But there we go. We have a healthy boy. And we shall name him Spider. The greatest of us. Good old Spider. Although they start with Purple. Purple's not a good name. Come on now. We can't be naming a boy Purple. This boy will be named the greatest name. Not Cockroach, not Black. Come on now. Spider. For he will weave a web of knowledge around us. Also, I kind of messed him up for his education at first. I didn't realize you should just put them on an anything schedule for kids. But yeah, pro tip. If you have kids, just put them on an anything schedule because that's how they could go out and learn and stuff. So he didn't do that for like the first few years. We got him on there. We got him back on track. He's alright now. He only resents us a little bit. Only just a smidge. And we got another Wildman. Oh, we got Hamster. Look at her. Hamster joined us. Join us, Hamster. Join the Blood Moon tribe. Welcome. Welcome. We are all servants of the void here. Every one of us. Except this person. They're a woman in a burqa. They're a burqa attacker who have spacer technology. I don't know why they came to pick on these poor, semi-defenseless cave wolf men, but they did. They brought their mechanoids, and for some reason decided they wanted to take our stuff. They probably heard about our cave paintings. Yeah, we have a lot of them, and they wanted them, but it's okay. Beat them down, stab them. Get him, Raccoon. Get him, Porpoise. Oh, they took him down. Now take care of that mechanoid. Yes. Smash him. Hit him with the steel club. Boom. Done. Dude, we got some meds. So that was good. And then, of course, I don't know why, but some people came on our map. These Neanderthals came to us. And they decided to hunt gorillas. And it did not go well for them. Didn't go well. So they all went manhunter. So we just ran inside our cave. We were just like, you know what? That's way too many gorillas for us to be taken on right now. We're just gonna bravely hide inside this cave. I don't know how many there were, probably like 10 of them, but I just didn't feel like trying to fight all of them. I was like, I'll wait for them to fall asleep, or some travelers who have, you know, much better technology than us will wipe them all out, and now gorilla is back on the menu, boys. And or girls. Although I think with my demographic, it's mostly boys. But I welcome all the ladies. All of them. Every one of them. Most of them. Whatever. Anyway. We're still doing tribal gatherings. Because again, now that we have so many of us, our technology is going up much faster. Because we're including all the brain power from all these brilliant people. Nice. And we've discovered culture. By discovering culture, we can now have an ideology. So we have not had an ideology up to this point. So we are now going to take on our void-touched, ritualistic ideology that we have been espousing the whole time. Well, not espousing, but we felt it in our bones. We knew that we were servants of the void. We knew what was needed of us. We look to the Nightmare Sovereign to guide us. And we're not going to be cannibals. We will not talk about the time that we were cannibalistic that one time. That was on accident. It wasn't on purpose. We you know, we'll pretend like that didn't happen. We were different people back then. We barely understood any languages. Now we can make clothing, and we have a gun. I think we have 2 guns, and you know, we've taken some of that. And I don't know why, but it gave us like every freaking funeral type, so I had to remove some of those because it was kind of ridiculous. And, you know, add some stuff, you know, prisoner sacrifice. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice a prisoner. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice someone. And I do like the change where now you can, if you didn't know, because it was always annoying whenever you got someone you want to sacrifice, like a prisoner, or you want to punish them. They're like, oh, they can't move. Guess you can't kill. Like, I'm gonna kill you. I can just drag you out. And so they finally, they just made that change. I think in the latest update, they changed it so you can finally down. You can sacrifice and execute down pawns. So I was like, because by the time they could stand, they were no longer guilty. And it was like, well, what's the point? Like, it's only hours. It's not like days. So, thankfully, they changed that, and now we can, gladfully destroy them. Yeah, Void Moon Doctrine. Boom, done. We did it. We have advanced to the Neolithic Age. It is time. It is time for us. Yeah, we need Oyster to do it, of course. It is time for us to advance to the Neolithic Age, to become one with the Neolithic peoples. Before, we were just wild men in a cave who didn't know anything, who were just eating corpses and living in dirt. But we now know medicine, and we understand how to build walls and clothing. We're no longer just naked. We have clothing now. Yes, it's beautiful. We can now pick a cornerstone, which is important, which is another part of vanilla expanded tribals or factions tribals. Cornerstones are like little bonuses you get each time you go up a technology level. You get a cornerstone, which is like a little bonus. And I believe we're gonna pick. I think we take on the Lore Keeper's tradition, which is learning rate of all skills increased by 10%. So we're gonna select through them, but we will end up taking Lore Keeper's tradition because it's really good. But there's quite a few. There's different kinds here, as you can see if you want to take a look at them. But oh my gosh, this is probably covering like the first 7 to 8 hours of play. It takes a while, and like I said, if you're playing Tribals as baseliners, good luck. You're probably gonna have to restart several times because it's there's also that breaks it, so like you're not supposed to get raided as much or as often early on. There's a lot of things that's not supposed to happen, like you're not supposed to be able to do a lot of things, but I got raided several times. Also, you can't tend, so any injury is pretty much a death sentence. You have to keep trying to get more people to keep your numbers up. And also, you can't farm or anything, so you got to scavenge for everything. And I did not realize on this map, for some reason, we didn't have any herbal medicine, so the only way we can get herbal medicine was to grow it. Thankfully, we have people that have enough plant skill to grow it. But other than that, there were a lot of days where we were like starving, and I would barely get enough food for people to stay alive. It's a challenge. I recommend it. It's a challenge to start. I wouldn't do it every time, to be honest. I think it kind of makes the game into a waiting game because you're just basically trying to get your technology as quick as possible. There is another storyteller that's like, it punishes you if you get advanced too quickly. But I wouldn't use it just because you want. I mean, as much as cool as being a wildman is, it's not that cool. It sucks. It sucks bad. You can't do anything. There's like, you can literally do nothing. You basically just forage, fight, and make fires, and it's bad. So it was cool for this because I think it fits the theme of us advancing to the ages. I call it a generations, but I don't know if we'll actually have people die off. But I know we're gonna have several children hopefully here. And we're going to watch this tribe go from, wild men all the way up to hopefully space or technology. Assuming they survive that long and don't get wiped out by, Rimworld things that Rimworld does. So, yeah. Alright, so if you've made it this far, I just want to thank you again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the Blood Moon Tribe's rise to glory. We haven't even really risen that far yet. But I wanted to at least get through all the way through to Neolithic technology, because that's as cool, like I said, as cool as it is to be the animal tech and to kind of find ways to survive it, it's not that exciting to play, to be honest. It's a cool concept. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of it. It's to me like similar to an Anomaly, in that I like Anomaly. I think Anomaly is really cool, but also like once you've kind of done the Anomaly stuff, and I've done Anomaly stuff quite a few times now, it's like you don't really want to do it all the time because it's just like it doesn't fit every run. And again, Tribals wouldn't fit every run unless you really want to do some kind of generations run or start from really low to the really high. And you actually don't even need to do the Wild Man start to use tribals. You can actually just do a tribal start, and you'll still have all access to all the stuff. Plus, you can do the cave paintings, and you still, every time you advance up a tech level, you still can do the extra thing, the whatever we just did. I totally forgot, and I don't want to go back to look at it. So, this is a little extra bonus for going up each tech level. Other than that, I like it. I would say like the Lycanthrope mod also I really like, but it can also be a little buggy. I've had some instances where sometimes people get stuck as a werewolf during the day, and then they turn into humans at night, and so I have to go in dev mode and fix that. I actually have to do that later to fix one of the children. I think they were born as a werewolf, and they never changed. Even when they hit their age of majority, they just stayed human, but they were actually a werewolf. It was really weird. So I had to like remove the xenogerm, re-add it. No big deal. But you will have that happen quite a bit. And there's like a weird thing where if you try to change someone, like when they give the xenogerm to people, they don't just like, they also can change like their skin color sometimes. So I have had to go in dev mode and like revert that back. So like someone doesn't go from being a white person to a very chocolatey brown beautiful person. Or vice versa or something like that. But that's not a big deal. That's just all you have to do is go in and make sure you set their xenogerm, whatever, to the right skin color. But I really like both mods. I've always been interested in using both mods. I've always been interested in Rimworld. I wanted to bring it back to the channel, so that's why I'm glad to be doing this. I'm hoping to cover all of them together, and then maybe at the end put together one big like video of the whole thing. So we'll see. I know it's not. I've always wanted to do 100 days. I'm really bad at keeping track of what day it is. So I'm not doing like it's 100 days of surviving in Rimworld. I'm just doing milestones, and then I will put them all together, and that'll be that. Either we survive or we all blow up and die. I'll try not to. Whatever happens will happen. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more, and there will be more Rimworld on the channel, and also we'll be doing some Dwarf Fortress in the future again. I've gotten away from that, but I want to get back to that. Obviously, I'm still going to be doing Crusader Kings 3. I really love Crusader Kings 3, but I also want to do other stuff on here on the channel as well. And yeah, that's about it. But hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'm out. See ya. Bye.